I feel like I've been coaching my team since I've met any of them to like care less about what they put on the internet because
Dude, okay,
they
we're about to go
literally
on a world rabbit hole here. Rabbit hole of this. Oh my God. Talk about our other kids, our teens.
God,
We've got
not
our
one
children.
pro
Okay,
has ever
skip it.
understood that, bro. Never one. Like to a point
Oh,
where like
I'm gonna hug you through this. Just like we need to embrace in this like frustration. Okay. I got a question in the chat already about what I'm sipping on. This is from Reprise Roasters. It's the local shop here that loves kendama. They actually carry kendamas in their shop now, and it's actually their decaf. I've,
nice.
I've already had my caffeinated cup this morning.
Oh, I didn't know you were like I didn't know you even drank decaf coffee. That's like
Dude, they make really good decaf. Yeah, actually, I started drinking decaf whenever I decided to uh like start taking some kind of medication for my ADHD,
oh,
which is
got you.
another thing. Yeah, I've been ADD like my whole life. Like I remember in high school and middle school was on like medication. Just recently with like having like the family and like trying to do work, it's like you have like Friday's my day to work. So this is there that had to make it happen. And I found myself just like drifting off and being like, whoa, I don't know, like
I know.
being out. And so I was like, yo, like for like everything, I have to do something. So, and when you're on the medication, you're not supposed to have caffeine. So,
Oh, I
yeah. So,
mean, dude, that makes
so
sense. Yeah, well,
yeah,
I got a little bit of that too. You know, I was diagnosed when I was in college, but my doctor's like, "You've had it your whole life. Your mom just didn't want you to have the medicine." So I was like, "Oh, chill, chill." So when I was in college, I was just struggling with school pretty tough, and I'm not a person who struggles with school. And then I got medicine, and it was like it. The doctor made the most sense where he says, in your brain, there's a bunch of wires that are just crisscrossing everywhere, always going and doing different things. And the medicine helps just straighten those lines out and makes
mhm.
them uncrisscross and makes just straighter connections to the things that you're trying to get done. And it really
No,
works, but I haven't had it forever. But
yeah,
I've been like you thinking like that would probably be helpful in my life today because so
no,
many things going on.
absolutely. It just got to a point where like I felt like I was operating on like 60% like potential, like both with family side and work side, because they're always competing. Family and work are competing
Always.
all the time. And what I found was like when I was like trying to actually do work, I was feeling like I was turning it back on like my fam. And then when I was spending time with like the kids and the family, I was like just thinking about like all the stuff I have got to get done. And it just like they started competing. So now it's like I'm actually able to like focus and it's crazy how much it actually works. Like I focus on my work. I get it done to a good level and then I can go and like hang out with the fam with and be confident like okay, I got my stuff done. Like I can go do this. Before it was like just it's like acquiring debt. You're just like
Dude,
every time you turn your back you're like, "Oh, I have to pay off all this work."
I feel that way. You're like talking about how I feel, dude. It's so crazy because like I feel like sometimes I have so many objectives that I don't even know where to start or which one to get going first because I'm just like there's like three other things after this one I have to do. So I'm just going to not start any of them, I guess, you know? Like and that's why this podcast took forever. It's something we've talked about forever. Me streaming any day but Wednesday is something I talk about like yearly at this point and like haven't done anything else. And so it's crazy how you even though you have these objectives and you have these things, sometimes yourself is the only thing keeping you back and it's it's hard, you know. We're normal people just like anybody else, so it's we just got a couple more things on our plate, you know. The Dama Dad life is real, man. And that's kind of like what this podcast is about, chat, to be honest. You know, there's a lot of Kendama podcasts about a lot of cool things, but, you know, me and Jake, I think, are here to give you a deeper insight into our life as humans, you know, as dads, as business owners, and as people who've been playing Kendama for, 12 plus years and who have seen it grow from absolutely nothing into what it is today, which is pretty crazy, man. When you talk broadly about how long we've been doing this and where it's come, it always is just crazy.
Yeah, it's a wild thing. And I think it's good to have some kind of an outlet. Like again, like as a parent and as a specifically as a creative parent, sometimes it's like it's hard to like find and like hang out with other like parents because you're always just in your zone. Because for me, it's like kids, work, and then every once in a while I get to go out and like socialize and meet people.
Yep.
And it's just like being a once you become a parent, it kind of becomes like kendama, where it's like if you're alone and you find someone else that plays kendama, you're like, let's talk forever now about everything. And so like just being able to like hang out with you on my Friday mornings and just go through like normal dad stuff and kendama and be able to connect on both of those is really good. So it's one thing that I like about doing this every Friday morning.
Hey,
Cheers.
here's the start of something great, hey?
Yeah. Mm. Oh my
Well, dude,
God.
I got a dad thing to start it out with. I mean, the biggest thing I was told when I was first getting kids was you're never going to sleep, And I was like, that's fine. Like, I'm sure that's what people say, and then you'll get to sleep once they start sleeping and stuff. And it's like 4 years later, and I'm still waiting to get some sleep because I literally, this whole week, I got like 4 hours every night, I think, maybe, because like if Willa's not up doing something crazy, Emma's coming out of her bed to come say what up, or one of
Mhm.
my dogs is doing something. Like it's literally madness at my house at night. And that's one of those things where I'm like, when is everyone just gonna sleep in their own beds all night and they're gonna wake up and make their own cereal and stuff? Like I hear tales of this and I'm like, I
Yeah.
cannot wait till Emma just gets up and goes and gets her own stuff and watches some TV so I can just chill. Like it's
Yeah.
insane.
No, absolutely. I guess like, do you find yourself once you get the kids to bed, do you find yourself being like, all right, I'm going to go to sleep now? Or is it like, I'm going to absorb every moment of silence in this house for till 2 a.m. And then you're like, damn it, I have to wake up at 7 a.m. when the kids do. So it's kind of like this give and take.
Dude, I'm a psycho. I come down here and I turn this thing on and I entertain people for 4 hours before I go to bed because like video games are like my turnoff in a weird way. Like it's at my whole life I've done it. So to me, it's even if I look like I'm raging, I'm like, it's my happy place. It's where I'm calm. It's where I'm just like chilling the hardest is when I'm just playing a video game. And I was sitting here at night doing that, and I was like, like, why don't I just turn this camera on and just see if anyone wants to watch me play some video games? And then you start growing a community, and it just turns into like this second job that's not a job. So I'm always like stressing about that too because I love to do it, but it's also like I could just sit on the couch and like watch a show with Alex and just like do nothing and like but something about my brain just makes me always want to do something or like has to be active in some way. So it's I guess maybe the silence weirds me out a little cuz I could be down here in the silence the
Well,
whole time, right? Like
I guess what I'm saying is like, it's not necessarily the science, it's like the freedom to do whatever you want.
okay, yeah,
It's
that's
like
that's
that's kind of what
100%.
I meant. It's like, all right, the kids, everyone's in bed. There's no one in the house. I can do whatever I want. But you're like, I need sleep. My body needs sleep. I should go to bed right now so I can get 8 hours of sleep, maybe. But you're like, but I also want to like, I don't know, do this or play video games or whatever till 2 in the morning and like screw sleep. We're just gonna like experience freedom. So I'm always battling between those two things of like, should I sleep or should I take this moment just do whatever I want?
Yeah.
So
I always choose do whatever I want, I think. It's not like once a week I choose sleep. And then but like I said, I'm up either way, bro. Like I feel like if I go to bed at 10, I'm up at midnight because someone's crying or doing
yeah,
something cuz Willa's still such a baby where she just wakes up for no reason. Like she's still figuring out life. She's still growing teeth out of her head. Like that's the part
that's
for
why.
dude until 2, like they just grow teeth always and like that they just wake up. I mean, my kids always woke up tons with that stuff, and
Yeah.
so it's just like, what is sleep? Who cares? Like, I got only so much time to do me, so I gotta send it.
Yeah, there's like three options. There's like either and when the kids go to sleep, it's either like, all right, we're just gonna chill. I'm like watching the chats and people like, yo, like bedtime for the kids means me and the wife get some time and get to hang out.
Yep.
And some other people are saying, lucky because their 9-year-old wakes up, makes breakfast for his little brother.
Well,
Let
see,
wow, that's amazing. See that's
that's
what
what
I'm
I
saying.
can't wait for, bro.
So it's like we've got some good parents in the chat now too. But I feel like there's three things you can do like after your kids go to bed. It's either like chill and like with your partner, or it's like, yo, I'm just gonna go do my own thing, before, or go to sleep, or it's just clean the damn house. Like
Ye- uh,
every day is a war zone in the house with two kids. So it's like you're like, all right, the kids are in bed, we can relax. Nope, we got a mountain of dishes, we got to clean up thousands and thousands of goldfish crumbs everywhere, and get this stain out of the carpet or whatever it is. And so you end up like cleaning till like midnight. Then you're like,
Dude, cleaning is the X factor. You're 100% right. That is the one thing that, regardless of what happens all day, there's always that. Like, no matter what. Like, dude,
what?
stream. When I'm done streaming at like 11:30, most times I get off 11:30 so I can do dishes for a half hour before I go to bed. Like, it's like I literally plan the day to have that little half hour time to like
Yeah,
make the kitchen nice, because I just like lose my mind if it's not clean. It's just one of those
absolutely.
things.
And you got to start your day off with a fresh kitchen, or you wake up early and you clean it up before everyone else is awake. But
Yeah. Man, oh man. Real life just,
and and then trying to find time for like Dama too. It's like you fit it in where you can get it in, and like for
Oh,
me it's
dude.
for me it's like whenever Isla catches the bus around noon for school.
Yep.
And so we go outside and wait for the bus. And that is my like designated Dama time. If you guys have seen my Instagram reels recently, it's just me in front of the crib, like holding the phone. But like that's me like waiting with Isla for her bus. So Isla and Owen and I go outside, play around. Our neighbors have a big swing. And that's when I get my my Dama time in. Like I just actually try a new trick or try and film something, and that's where I can fit that in. So I got like a good like half hour of Dama time being outside with the kids, before Isla catches the bus. And that's just where you can fit it in. So that's what it is. But
Dude,
it's still in every day.
but Dama time is like, it's just like everything else in our lives. It has to be planned in, or else you forget about it, or you just set it aside because you have another project to work on. I mean, me specifically, because I do work on Sweets Kendama stuff every day. It's like, what, you know, I have to schedule my kendama time because I have meetings, I have all these other things, but it's like, when is it good for me to go and just film a trick? And then when I'm filming my trick, it's like, well, I can't film for more than a half hour because I got to go do this or go do that. So I'm not filming a banger. I'm trying to get creative, or like, it's so weird how as things progress, my tricks aren't dictated by what I want to do. Like, there's so many tricks I need to put like 3 to 6 hours in order
Mhm.
to like get them now for one clip, and I literally can't bring myself to do it because that's just such a huge time investment. Because if I just do an hour a day, it's not the same as grinding for 3 hours in a row
Yeah,
on one trick and getting it honed in, and like, as a person who likes to push myself and do hard tricks and likes to progress, it's like, I like doing reels where it's just fun stuff and things that I can do, but it's really hard not being able to have the time to push myself to do double inward tray stilt,
yeah.
or whatever you may call it. Like, it's tough. It's frustrating.
My double inward tray still, sweets.
Double inward tray stilt is what I want. I want that. I want quad tap, jug spike. I want dub tap, double jug, dub tap. Like, there's so many cool tricks that I'm like this close with, bro. Like, and by this close, I mean like this close. But like, I'm hours away from landing them, and I just like, I don't know. I already don't post enough. So it's like when I go out and film for 3 hours and get nothing, it's like I wasted my workday, So it's hard. It's really weird. What's going on in my head when I'm out filming. I'm not just like a dude playing kendama for funsies almost ever, unless it's after work, just kicking it with the kids. But it's like, what is the most efficient use of my kendama time behind
Yeah,
this camera?
exactly. And I've been utilizing that too. Like it was wild. The trick I did yesterday while waiting for the bus was just a trick that I've done for a long time. And it's lighthouse, and you go to do a lighthouse flip, but you tap the big cup.
Oh yeah, that was a sick trick. I
So
loved it.
it corks. And I've done that one since like, I don't know, like freaking
Forever.
long time ago.
Yeah, yeah.
And, but I was like, you know what, we're just gonna do it, gonna and we're gonna have a different angle on it. And because I just think it's really important to show people that you're just playing, you're still playing kendama. And there's certain players out there that you can just watch them like do anything. Like I talk about like watching Colin Sander and Moshe Kame. It's like it hits different. So
Yeah.
like I think it's important for as a player just to you don't have instead of just putting out bangers all the time, just putting out you playing kendama to let people still see your style, still see like what's redeeming from there. And a lot of times the tricks that you might not value, someone else will really value. That trick, for me just doing that, posting it up with I wanted to use square pusher for a reel, so that's the trick I chose for it. And it ended up getting like 77,000 views, like pushed to like viral, and like,
Nice.
and it's just like something simple like that. If you just put it out there, it'll pop off.
Dude,
Sometimes it won't, but
it takes a lot of mental work to get to this point, though, you know? And I know you have a team full of players who are some of the best in the world as well. And, like, sometimes the hardest, like, I feel like I've been coaching my team since I've met any of them to, like, care less about what they put on the internet because
dude, okay,
they
we're gonna go
literally.
down a world rabbit hole here. Rabbit hole of this. Oh my God. Talk about our other kids, our teams.
God,
We've got our
not one
children.
pro
Okay,
has ever
skip it.
understood that, bro. Never one. Like, to a point
Oh,
where, like,
I'm gonna hug you through this. It's like we need to embrace in this like, frustration. Okay.
and you want to know, like, I mean, I don't want to call anyone out, but like the person who I wish posted the most, who has posted the least in their whole life, is Bryson. And like,
Yeah,
he's just literally one of the best players
of
like
course.
ever. And he's just like, his tricks are always sick. And like, even one step down from what he thinks is good for the internet is still mind blowing, and he won't do it
Exactly.
because he didn't get the triple stilt insta down spike ender or whatever it was, and it's
Yeah.
like, can you please just post the other part because it's awesome and people need to see you play, and it's like
Yeah.
he just doesn't like social media, so that's beside the point. And so I don't mean to call him out, but it's like I'm sure you have lots of people in your life who are that
Yeah.
same way where you're like, just post something a little less hard because people need to see you play because you're epic, you know?
Exactly. I was calling it like post anxiety. You're like,
Yeah.
is it good enough? Is it good enough? And then what's funny is since Instagram has shifted,
Yeah.
so now it's like reels are the new like story.
Yep.
Like so like people used to post on their story the stuff that they didn't want on their like page, right?
Yep.
And that's where kind of like in a sense like the throwaway stuff would go. And sometimes stories pop off, but if you look at the analytics on some of like the stories, let's say if you have like around like 10,000 followers, like you're only getting like maybe like 300, 400 like views on each story max.
Yep.
If one pops off, but then you post a reel, like it'll get like thousands, and you can hide that reel from your main page. So like if your page is what you want to present as you as a Kendama player, that can just be all of your heavy bangers. But you can also post a reel, have it just go into the algorithm, do its thing, get thousands of views, and then also hide that from your main page. So since Instagram has shifted, I feel like a lot of the players are still in that like old idea of IG.
Mm-hmm.
And just, yeah, that post anxiety of like, is this my best work? Is this going to change the game? And it's like, dudes, like, and just yeah, I can talk about this forever. Again, like we have like two sets of kids. We have like our kendama team and we have our actual team. And it's just about like no matter what, you're trying to gas them up with confidence. You're like, listen, little dude, like, Owen, you're the best. You're amazing. You're beautiful. You're so talented. Just love you with your team. You're like, guys, you're so good at kendama. Like, just if it's a triple down, like that's really sick. You can just post that and then post the fast hand trick down later, man. Like, but it's like people need to see us play kendama, and I think that's one of the most inspiring things is like seeing just people normally shred. I credit my entire kendama career off of doing easy tricks.
Yeah. Yeah. But you bring the videography though, man, the cinematography. Like that 77K clip isn't because of the trick alone. It's because of how you filmed it, most definitely.
Yeah.
It caught my eye right away when I was scrolling yesterday. So like it doesn't surprise me at all that it worked, but that's something that's made you different than everyone forever, bro. Like I smashed clips together, but they were gnarly tricks enough to like make it seem, like you didn't care about the editing, but like you do motion comp. I put you in the Colin Sander group of doing tricks that should look like whatever, but you can film it and edit it in a way that's always like since the very
Take it.
beginning, dude. It's been
Oh, that means a lot to hear.
yeah, you're the original Cooper Eddy, the original Mags. Like you're the one everyone looked up to in the beginning when it came to Dama edits, and like Yeah, Matt Ballard and all those people. Like, can you like? It's so crazy where all that's come too. You know,
Yeah,
like there's so
dude.
many people have now walked that path that you guys started, not knowing that you started it. Right? It's pretty nuts.
Yeah, man. And I think a big part of that, like when I was in Kendama and I was like going pro, I don't want to say it was like controversial, but it was like Kendama wise, I wasn't on the level of like Turner Thorne and like freaking all these guys. But what I had was like a unique style that was relatable and obtainable. That's the two things that I always put to it. It's like
Yep.
it comes down to presentation, which kind of exploded the idea of like a pro player. It was like, okay, yo, like there's these different categories. Um, and it's like, where do you stretch out 100% on one, 50% here, 20% there? But it was me doing tricks that I thought looked really dope and that were counter to any current meta of tricks.
Yeah.
So if the meta of tricks is like instas and juggles, which I've always sucked at, like I just took it upon being like, I'm gonna go the complete opposite direction,
Hmm.
make it look really good, and just be counter to any form of like current trick, like trends and like ideas. And I felt like that was inspiring to a lot of people because it's like a lot of people struggle with certain high level tricks, but yo, this weird ladybug trick, like I can do that. And it looked really dope in that video.
Yeah.
And that was Jake Wiens doing it. So you're able to supply a different genre of tricks. And Kendama is a vast array of different styles, and so they all need to be represented. And I was one of those people in the beginning that was like, I can't do all this crazy shit that Turner's doing, so I have no choice but go the other direction.
Yeah,
So
dude. When I was always in a weird spot because I am the owner, right? So I can make myself pro whenever I wish because that's I'm the owner, right? So it was always, but I didn't do that. Like it took me like 4 years, 5 years. So my first pro model was after I had given like Chaz and Christian and
yeah,
Wase and Willie, and we'd added all these people. And on the second round when Max and all these people were finally on the team, then I was like, okay, I feel like I'm good enough. I feel like I'm at the level of all these other guys, and that I deserve it. And they agreed, and so but it was always a weird spot because people would be like, well, why don't you just have a pro model? And I was like, well, like I don't deserve it yet. I don't think, like if I was me, I wouldn't give myself one yet. So it was just like but that was always weird for me. But it's only in that one instance in the beginning, and I think something Sweets did too that, changed how people look at pro kendama players too is when we put Reed on the team, as the Sweets Mob guy. And he wasn't the best player in the world by a long shot, and but what he brings to kendama is this other world that looks at us as almost a yo-yo, like not quite sure what we're doing or what it's about. And I feel like we need I wanted kendama to be cool. Like that has been my goal from the beginning. And it came in with rollerblading, it came in with skiing, and we've been trying really hard with the BMX and skate obviously to get it there. But when Reed got that model, it just changed a little bit where he is a representative of kendama to make it this bigger thing, not just this person who shreds. And at Sweets, that was a really hard thing because that's all we had done. We'd only got people on the squad who were the best in the world, who were poised to be the best in the world. Like that was always the goal, was to win comps. And it was like a big shift change to be like, yo, we got to do more than just win competitions and lace the
exactly.
hardest tricks.
And that's where I feel like the different ideas, like the idea of a professional player, kind of comes in, where it's like if you have an industry like I don't know, it's like skiing, it's like, or like I guess skiing then, but like when the idea of I'll say baseball or wrestling, it's like it is a competitive sport where you compete against other people. So to be a professional player in that, all you have to do is win. That is the end all goal. So with kendama, it was different. There was this like street skate style culture, and it's like with skating, it's like there's competitions as part of it, but a lot of it's on the street where it's just like you just have to be an influence. Like you can be a really sick skater but suck at competitions, and but it doesn't matter because you're so influential and you're changing the way the game is played outside of comps that makes you a professional player.
Yep.
And so whenever like for instance when like you guys got Reed on, it was like that acknowledgement of like, yo, like there's different values in different people with kendama. Like kendama has so many different avenues it can go down. So like you've got your like, again, you've got like your Bryson Lee and your like Nick G that are like the competition winners, and they shred so hard. That's obviously pro. And then you have on the opposite end of the spectrum, you got someone like Reed that's like just undeniably like loves the game, has a huge influence on like a lot of these other like people with similar mindsets
Hmm.
that can bring a lot more people into the game and make it look just so freaking cool. Like part of being a pro Canal player is making it look so freaking cool.
Yeah.
So those are two opposite ends of the spectrum with equal value, you know.
Yeah.
So that's something that was like really dope, and I felt like that really changed a lot of people's minds about like what a mod is.
Yeah, because you sold plenty, I would imagine. I'm sure Kendamas did just fine with the Jake Wiens mod, so you proved a lot, that's for sure, I would say.
And the other thing that I kind of like, I think it was 2020. Because with GT, I've always done like the idea like if you're pro, you get your shape. Like
Yeah.
you design to do a shape. And so I just took the whole like hierarchy of like pro and what they get, and I like shifted it. Because again, back to the team and being like, yo, guys, I need everyone to just like go for it, pose, flex it up. I was like, what's gonna motivate this team? Like, what's the motivation? I'm like, you know what? We're shifting the hierarchy. If you're pro, you get your own shape. If you're even on the team, if we added you to the team yesterday, start designing your mod. It's going to go on the standard shape. So at that point, it was the TC, team collaboration shape.
Yep.
And so the idea was giving like everyone on the team an opportunity to express themselves graphically on the standard shape. And that was something that like some players like gravitated towards, and other players like didn't as much. So, but it was the idea of like just shifting like that dynamic of you're once you're pro, you get to put your graphics on a shape,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
who gets the mod?
Yeah, that's something Sweets did it's something Gabe suggested for a while, and we didn't actually say. He's like, why doesn't everyone just design whatever they want? Like, you know what I mean? It got to a point where it's like, everyone's pro. Everyone is on this team because you are
Exactly.
amazing. At a certain point, it became they're just further away from other people, even if they don't post as much. It's you're still amazing. Like you're still worth having a mod, and that took for a while. And Sweets has a lot of people, man. So it's like it's a lot of mods. It's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of moving parts, and we have two designers. You can't. They can only design so many kendamas at one time and get them to move forward. So it's like this fine dance that we play all the time. And I mean, we drop
And
56 or 60 kendamas a year or something. So there's a lot
every
of
Friday, y'all got something new coming out. But
it's
like,
dummy.
but with the design thing, it's like there has like you if it was just like for instance, if you guys just let everyone do their own mod, it would almost like dilute the pro status because
Yep.
that's what like a pro gets. And
Hmm.
so that's why GT was able to do it because like once you're a pro, you get your shape,
Yeah.
and like that shape can be moved around. Like if let's say if someone on the team like yo like I just really like the Ben Harold shape. I'm like, yo, you and Ben get together, do something, you know?
Yep.
And that's
I
kind of
like
cool
that.
about having like so many shapes. It's also insane.
I was gonna say, how much sampling goes into that, man? I
A
mean,
lot.
like
A
that's
lot.
crazy.
And dude, we're still like working on Adrian's. Adrian's has been like hard to get right because
Oh
now
dang.
because we also shifted like we're still doing stuff in the US.
Yep.
We want to give more people an opportunity to play these like cool shapes. So that's whenever we started doing manufacturing in China. And so Tio and Benz were the first to come out, and then we have the beta, which is a whole nother thing.
Oh yeah.
And then uh we still have Adrian's to come, which we're so freaking close.
Oh, that's gonna be sick,
And
dude. Because you never
and
made many of those, right? Like,
no, because they're so
yeah,
freaking hard to make. I mean,
yeah,
like it's so detailed. Like
yeah.
so that's what's kind of cool about like the mod part of it. And it is good. So I like
Dude,
giving
so what about
opportunity.
the beta though? Can you like I think so from an outsider perspective, it looks as though you are like crowdsourcing a shape.
Yep.
Like you
Yep,
yeah?
absolutely.
Yeah, okay, good dope. So
Yeah.
I get it then. Cool.
Yeah. And there's about to be a second beta release soon. And thank you to everybody who has supplied the feedback. But the idea was this. It's like, again, like it comes down to the team. Like Grain Theory has such an incredible like team of like diverse styles. And usually whenever you're sourcing a shape, you're talking with your team and you're like, how's this? How's that? And I had to step back and be like, wait, like I'm getting feedback from like the highest possible like top tier players, which
Yeah.
has its value.
Yep.
But then whenever these shapes go out, they're going out to people that have just started playing kendama, or they're going out to players that are like maybe on like a different thing. And like I'm thinking about, I'm like, this is like when cloud bounces were a huge thing, and it's like, dude, like this is such a crazy trick, and it's like that's what these players are. Or that's what these players are doing. So I was like, yo, like I want to find out what the community wants. I want to find out what the players themselves like want, like because it might be different from what like Jacob Lowe, Ben Harold, like To, and like all these guys want, you know?
Yep.
And so that's where like the beta came, because it's like they already have their opportunity to make their own shape. So like I'm gonna let them focus on their thing, and I'm gonna let the community focus on like what it would want. And the craziest part about it is like I'm going to try my best to not input my own ideas from now on.
Oh,
If the
okay.
community says we want an 82 millimeter base cup, like if like all of the feedback came and it's like most of it said that, I'm like, we're gonna freaking make
Yeah,
it.
we're gonna. That was like my follow-up question for sure. Was like, like I need to get in there in the comments then because I want a 5 cup. You know what I'm saying? I want a Grain Theory 5 cup kendama. Let's
Hey,
go.
if most people sent back 5 cup things, like then I'd send it. Because that's the thing, is like this isn't supposed to be up to me or
Yeah,
like my
yeah.
team. And it's like, this is like the team has some input, but like it's supposed to be for the community. And it's specifically, the feedback has to come from people that have purchased the shape.
Yep.
So I can't, it's like, so when you fill out the Google form, like it's, you have to, I get your name, your email address, I source it with like when you bought the Dama, you know, because
Word.
that's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And the other cool part about it that I'm excited about is like whenever the next beta comes out, if you supplied feedback from the beta, like you get a discount code.
Oh, cool.
So starting to build this program of like, yo, you put in, and each time, let's say you put in like 3 rounds of 3 different betas, like there's 3 different codes, like you get your own code that's stacked. So
Nice. And
so
so
that's
each
kind
beta
of,
is gonna be a different shape based on the feedback every time.
yes. Yeah,
Got
and
you.
the
Okay.
next beta that's coming out will still be the beta 0. But the idea is that like there's going to be a canvas, which is the most genuine way to experience a shape. No paint to help you, no design to help you. You're truly feeling the shape. The next one will be a signature series with paint and a player's signature design, and then from there we'll probably change it again, and then go from there. So that's
Cool.
kind of the concept that I came with it, because I was
Yeah.
trying to think, how do you make something new? Like everyone's coming out with new shapes, man. Like everyone's shapes are slowly starting to kind of like become similar, because the meta of tricks is kind of like moving in a certain direction. I was like, how do you do something different with a shape? And it's just like open the floodgates and let the minds of the community do it without any restrictions.
I mean, you can only move so many millimeters around, bro. I mean, it's like it's yeah, it's crazy. It's why I let the Gallagher's design the last one because I was like, I don't want to do it. No, thank you.
Yep.
Like, I don't know what to do. Will you guys please just like they're the ones who always have the most feedback after I make something. So it's like, hey, here's your chance then to make what you truly want. Like, tell me what you think is most important and what's best. And the amped is really cool, but I think they followed the meta a little bit. Like I think they've followed what is best for the best tricks in the world type of
Yep.
vibe, and like that's cool because we needed that. That's what
Yep.
people want from
Absolutely.
Sweets, and so it's dope. But that's why it was cool that the G shape existed and that they kind of went off the cuff and was like, well, here's what we really wanted. You know, like if you really are saying let us do whatever, then this is actually what we wanted, and
Yeah.
it
That's sick.
and it is sick, you know. But now it's like it makes me want to crawl in a hole and die thinking that I have to start designing a new shape already, you know? And I probably am already behind. Like, And so I feel you for just being like, what do you want? Like, please just
Yeah,
tell me, like that would be great. I
yeah.
really want to start making some novelties. Like, that's really where my head is at. Like, I feel like we're to the Japan status of kendama where the people who know about it just want another cool kendama thing, not necessarily the best for doing triple lunar flips, but just something fun and cool to have on their shelf and to show their friends or to like whatever. Yes.
Friday making the freaking light up moon lamp kendama. Yes, please, dude.
Thank
Like,
you. More of that. That's why I said 5 cup, dude. It's the pig tamas,
yeah,
the
dude.
peach and egg tamas
What
from the
other
dude at my
weird
shop.
stuff do I have here? Like, I've got some weird stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, like this chrome, I was like really stoked on. Like, this was insane.
Oh, yeah. That
Also,
cool.
fully gray. Yes.
Dude, yeah, exactly. I'm about novelties. I mean, I have a whole part of my museum dedicated to them. I think it's what I want to do. I'd rather design that than a new shape if I'm being me
Yeah.
myself, cuz
Next Sweets Pro Mod, dude. Next Sweets Pro Mod 5 cup, bro.
I literally have to think about that. Like my legend mod is supposed to be already like being designed and worked on. Haven't even sketched a thing. I don't even know what I'm gonna do. Chat, maybe let's just design Matt Sweet's legend model right now. Let's go with Jake right on live on episode 1. No, but it's
Or bro, you can go the route that I went and just make a red ball kendama.
I know. I feel like that's where I need to go though with my thoughts, because my last one was like, let me do everything I've wanted on this one thing,
Oh
and I
yeah.
checkered
You
it
went
out
ham.
and went nutty, and now I'm just like, I kind of want to do some Mario stuff, but I don't want to get in trouble, and I kind of want to,
Ooh.
so.
You can bend Mario. You can do something with bricks and do
Oh, your
something
Ben was
like
so
Mario.
cool. You did it like the cleanest though. It's so dope how you did the Mario mod for Ben. I have it right here.
Oh, that one. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. The
I have
bend.
the Konami code one, bro.
Yeah, dude. Up, down,
Oh.
left, right. BH
Dude,
start.
this is my favorite thing about it all. This is what sold me. This is why I got my
Actually,
wallet out and bought it. Because the D-pad is right here, chat, to unlock tricks. You know what I'm saying? It's right
and
here.
actually, it should be twisted 90 degrees.
So it's at the whirlwind position.
Yeah, it's right there. So like whenever you press the down button, and it's got the contra code on it, and it's got the BH instead of BA start.
Yeah.
Yo, that's a crazy story, Kendama. Because I designed the Nintendo Tama a while ago,
Yep.
and then for EKC, I was like, we're gonna release the TOs pre-release there, which was no paint. It was just like this is what I can
Yeah,
get
I
done.
remember that one.
And then I was like, dude, I want Ben to have something. So I talked to the factory and I was like, we need Ken only to match with these Tamas. And this was like smash and grab project, like so fast happening. And it all worked out. So we designed the Tamas, or we designed the Kens, and I got that there and it all worked out. And I love that the Nintendo, it just fits too
Dude,
easy.
it does. And this is my favorite shape. Not that you want or need my
Yeah,
opinion, but out of
dude.
all GTs I have, this is the one that just
Yay.
smacks the best for me. I just love
Yay.
and we don't have
Dude.
thick kendamas at Sweets really. Like this is like a thick boy. I really like
Oh,
how the heftiness of it,
you know Ben loves the thick. So like
Yeah, yeah.
he loves the big beefy chunky Dama. I wish you guys could see some of the like prototypes we've made where Ben was like, ooh, too much beef. And I'm like, this is incredible. Like, so
That's so
yeah,
funny.
man. But that's what's cool is like I feel like if every brand had like the same kendama, it wouldn't be as fun. It would just be like so like everyone needs to have a little bit of a different shape and different look on it and feels. And I feel like it's important for like a lot of players to like try all the different brands, like the little brands, the big brands, like everybody to kind of like figure out what your flavor is, you know?
Yeah, I've always said that from the very beginning. People ask me,
Totally.
"Do you like Crom? Do you like this?" It's like, yeah, I like everything because I've owned them all and I've
Um,
played them all. But I have to play Sweets at the end of the day. But like Mugen Musos are one of my favorite Kendamas, if not my favorite Kendama in the whole world. It's right here too. I was literally looking at it the other day. This is my first one, the first one
Ooh, I've got the blue Tama around here somewhere. Ooh, yours is signed too.
from the first. This was on the Muso tour 2014. I was at the store when he released them. Like, is the first time I met him, dude. This Dama means so much to me. So funny story. We were at we were at someplace in Shibuya. I can't remember. It was a store with a V. I was some really cool store, but they had just started selling these, and I bought it off the shelf, first tee, and I took it outside, and all the Japanese homies had their cameras on me, like, because
I remember.
I was gonna film a trick and whatever, and I go to do a spacewalk, and I send that sucker down the concrete bricks, and all you could hear the Japanese homies go, and everyone just like loses their mind because my brand new Muso, like one of the first ones, just straight to concrete, and I was just like, oh, well, guess that's out of the way. And I'm just like acting like it's no big deal. And people were like, are you okay? Is everything all right? Like, and I was like, it's a kendama, guys. Like, I bought it to play. But this is
Yeah.
when people were buying them to sell them for twice as much and
Yep.
whatever, So it's like, this has so many good
Mhm.
memories for me. It's
Yes.
bananas. And those of you who don't know Muso, he decided to put a plastic tip on it when he brought it back so that never dulls, man. It's crazy.
I feel like Kazuma has been like he's the mad scientist of kendamas. Like if you guys don't know, like this is the new one. I bought this one. This one was I'm a huge fan of walnut. So like I copped this one from his site and it's got this crazy spike on it.
Oh, I didn't buy that one. That looks so sick.
But dude, look at this.
Excuse me? What are you doing to your kendama? What is going on? So you can replace your handle if you wear it out?
You can place the handle and the spike. It's so like look, it's hard to see, but
No,
like
I see the inlay with the
I got to get the spike off, but like it's like there's a screw here. So the Serato is dead where it needs to be, and it'll never move because it can't. So the Serato is placed exactly where it has to be, and also Kazuma has like a tiny little Mugen Muso thing right here. So this kendama, I didn't even know this about it, and
How do I not know about that, Jake? What is going on? What is Kazuma doing?
he's
Who is on his marketing team? Because they need to be fired. That is
it's
horrible.
and also his paint's insane. Like this Dama is like I know it has superpowers, but I can't bring myself to like fully go in on it yet.
Are there
But
any
yeah,
on the site still?
possibly.
I'm gonna have to check it out. I need one, bro. That is literally like
Like the cups won't move anywhere, and it's like it's just set to a home position. Like it's
it's a
incredible.
one-piece kendama essentially. With that, but it's not because you can replace the handle if it gets worn down, dude. If you
And
chip a base cup, you can get a new base cup.
and the spike, dude. I'm just
Yeah.
like I think I put it on there really tight, but like yeah, there's a spike you can also do, and it has like Mugen Muso there and like right here. Kazuma's and
My
he's a
mind is literally blown. He's always 8 steps ahead of us, bro. But that's like a patentable thing, I feel.
oh
Like,
definitely. It's something. It's just like oh man, and I'm not sure how he does it, like
yeah, no
because
kidding.
like anyways.
How does he do it without there being any work shown from the outside? Like, how does it not look like it's cut in half or something, to like put
Not a
that metal on the inside? It has to be set in
well,
there somehow.
yeah, well, so like the hole doesn't go straight through.
Oh, okay.
It's like he drills through halfway here, or a fourth of the way, and then a fourth of the way here. So there's that place in the middle, and then he puts this metal screw through it so they can screw from both sides. It's
Dude, that is game changing.
it really
That
is.
is insane.
Yeah, Muso, shout out Iwata-san.
Shout out. Oh my God, y'all. Chat. My mind is literally blown. I have to like message Kazuma and be like, you're a genius, because that is seriously it's the nicest way I've ever seen that done. It's been an idea that I've seen done in Taiwan back in the day and a couple
Yeah,
other places, but it's never been done where it doesn't affect weight or the appearance or like anything.
you
It's
wouldn't
so
guess it.
sick.
And you get to keep a wooden tip because I like the idea of the replaceable tips from the original Musos, but like I didn't like the idea that it was plastic. Like
Agreed.
I even like when I was at my dad's wood shop, like we turned little wooden tips for it.
I believe you
Uh,
did, yeah.
and so the fact that you can just replace the entire spike is
My
pretty
mind
dope.
just kind of blew up. You could replace that with anything. You could design anything to screw into that.
anything. Man, I really want to get it off because it's
You could
really.
design another cup to put there instead. You could design.
It's a 4-piece kendama set. So like,
Wow, dude, that's so sick. Thanks for showing me that. I can't. I literally almost bought one and just forgot, and now I'm super sad I didn't.
I really want this part to come off. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Oh, it's on there. I really cranked that one on. But yeah.
He doesn't sell the base cup, MJ says. Let's chill. Hello.
Hi, Miss Alex. How are
The
you?
Minnesota Midwest mom. Look, sweater, shorts.
Yeah,
Who knows what weather it is?
I slept in this last night, so we're on the same
Can you
boat.
hear me?
Yeah, he can hear you.
Cool.
You
Yeah.
just can't hear him.
Nope, can't. Love you long time though, brother.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any coffee left?
Not for you.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I can.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what's crazy is like whenever like Kazuma's just been since the beginning, he had the grailed paint and the grailed shape. And then like he just continues to do it. It's just more like under the radar now. So
Yeah, and I guess that all came from me saying what my favorite one was, because that's literally like when people ask me what's your favorite non-sweets thing, I always just say Mugen Muso because it's probably the one I've spent my own money on the most, I would
Yep.
say, in the world.
dude, I buy condoms. Like that's the thing. It's like I mean, people might not think that when you own a brand or when you're like sponsored player or whatever, you don't buy condomas. Like, dude, oh yes, that's the thumbnail right there.
Thank you, wife.
So, but yeah, man, my big thing is collecting pro mods from players, you know.
Yep, I hear
Uh,
you.
I bought the Albert mod when I was in uh Europe when that released. Albert's one of my favorite players. I had to
Yep.
copy it. So yeah, man, I'm always stoked to buy pro mods because it's like having a little like figure like that's the homie, you know, like
Yeah, man. I have too many homies, so I don't buy all of them, and I feel bad when I don't because I feel like at some point this summer I was buying like a Dama every week from somebody that I was like, oh, I like them. Oh, I love them. Oh, I need that Dama. And then I didn't buy all of them. I can't lie. But I try to buy as many as I can because Mrs. Sweets has like a girl collection of Damas, so I buy most girl models that come out,
yeah,
for
yeah,
her and Alyssa's and all those
hell
cool
yeah.
ones. But I have a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have these for fun. It's because I literally like enjoy having them around so much. Did you see my Rick and Morty Damas?
I did, dude. I have
Yeah.
this stool here.
Oh.
That when you take the top off, it's just like llamas, and it's like full of all kinds of crazy stuff, like freaking Uzis and stuff. But like, man, like this is there's my Yada Dama. Speaking of Damas, you guys buy at
Dang,
home.
see, dude, that's the one I don't have. I should go buy that one right now, bro. That's such a sick Dama.
But no, it's like oh, speaking of Muso, you remember this is the bag, bro, from back in the day.
Yeah, dude, that was the original.
But no, it's like I like this is just a tiny fraction of it. The downstairs are just bins on bins on bins.
Yeah.
But yeah, usually it's like up here. I can't even close it. But yeah, we all have a.
We all have our problem.
But yeah, man, dude. Oh, so what do you got going on the rest of the day? What's going on, Dad?
Oh, rest of the day. So I'm gonna do another stream today. I got my work done this week, so today is stream day for old Mr. Sweets. We are doing Are You Smarter Than Matt Sweets next. I have Who Wants to Be a Millionaire downloaded, and I'm gonna play a few rounds, see how much money I make, and then chat is gonna get a chance to answer all the questions and play the game, and we will see if chat is smarter than me. Pretty so that'll be pretty great. And then I'm gonna play games of Ken live. Last week I played games of Ken against anyone who wanted for gift subs, and I won 10 matches in a row, undefeated.
Wow.
So today I feel like people are gonna come for my necks, and people also know what tricks I do now. And so I think like by the 8th game I was like, sorry, redoing this trick. I'm really good at it and I like it because the wheel has hot sauce and gifting people subs. So I'm like, I don't want to lose today. Sorry, folks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
What about you?
Well, the next time I come to Minnesota, we'll have our game.
Yeah. Have you beat me in the studio yet?
Dude, yes. Do you not, is it not ingrained in your brain? And I still even, it was the G Fuel. Remember
Oh, yeah.
you blocked that from your memory. Cody
I
literally vomiting into a trash can.
I love that we get to relive that like every stream because you're the starting soon screen. So every day, every time I stream, I get to just watch us. The one I laugh at every time is when I'm just sitting and I start stretching like this, and you look over at me like with such horror, and you're like, "What are you doing?" And I'm just like, "What, man? Just doing a little stretching, bro. What are you?" And you just like,
Your arm was so
dude,
far back.
I'm double jointed in my shoulders.
Oh my
But
God.
you
Wow.
looked at me like had hurt myself, and I was like, "Bro, no, like I'm just."
I haven't seen that. I gotta watch that.
Oh yeah, well we'll put it. It's the BRB screen and whatever, but there's
Nice.
more than a few clips of. But so when I'm sitting on the starting soon screen, just chilling, waiting for people to get in here, I'm just like, oh, that was fun, dude. And we want to do some more online comps over the winter. So if you want to be involved or do something fun in the studio this winter,
Dude, I'm super down.
we could.
Super down. We can do a live. We can do a Dama Dads battle.
Dama Dad battle, Dama Dad podcast live in person in the same room. That could be sick.
That would be cool. Yeah. But yeah, for my day, I'm gonna continue trying to work on new winter line of clothing. I have a design day. Like I've got to do just design stuff, and I've gotta like get ready for Catch and Flow because I'm gonna be emceeing that.
Let's go.
So
December 11th.
Yeah, I'm gonna be working on a bunch of different media for that. What's on my list over here? Stuff.
Yeah, give us a rundown.
I need to again like still working on the Adrian mod. Catch and Flow's crossed off my list. Send box to Rice, that's sent checked off my list.
Nice.
Then it's just yeah, working on more design stuff, and then Winterline. I have to get Winterline done, which I have my theme and everything.
Oh, cool.
Which you guys will see. It's gonna be dope.
Nice.
But,
I can't wait. I always love a nice beanie for wintertime.
Oof. You'll be upset. There's no beanies in this new one.
Oh God.
We do a beanie every time, so I'm switching it up. But it's
Actually,
a really dope cap. It's a really dope cap.
Oh, cool.
And everything's gonna be thick and comfy, and we're bringing back some OG stuff. So,
dude, I'm ready. It's thick and comfy weather time, man. I'm super excited. So, do you guys? Let's talk kids for one more second. Oh, Cody says he wants to bring the studio to your basement. Can we do this? Can we do the stream live from your basement?
dude, absolutely. We can do a party down there.
Yeah, we'll throw a late night DJ session from Jake and.
Right. Cody was in the basement for DJ Passy.
Nice, yeah. We'll get DJ Passy live. Our new bag's coming from GT, Hand of God says.
Yes. Dude, we had some. They popped off the other day, and now they're all gone. So
nice.
I have like a few here that have already been spoken for. And but yeah.
After you made that reel?
After I made the reel, it popped off and just went
you just got to remind people sometimes, man. That's all it takes. Isn't that crazy? They just forget. It's not that they don't want it. They just forgot they wanted it. Like, until you remind them.
Yep. So just design stuff, work on how to sell kendamas, and that's what the life is, you know? It's like, so,
that's literally it, dude. That's literally it. Are you gonna do any Halloween stuff with the kiddos? I know it's a little early still, but like you go to pumpkin patches or do things like that?
Absolutely. We're gonna hit a pumpkin patch. Isla's already been drawing all over pumpkins.
Nice.
Her costume goes between like Eevee from Pokemon, or it's gonna be like crazy like unicorn snake lion.
Yeah, I've had some unicorn mashups thrown at me as well over here, but it's always the unicorn no matter what. It's unicorn mermaid, unicorn princess. There's, I think ballerina is where Emma landed so far.
Ooh, cool. Yeah, it'll be super fun. We're trying to figure out we're trying to learn like which day everyone's going out trick-or-treating. Oh, I'm super stoked because I was able to get one of these. So like,
whoa, what?
Yeah.
What is that?
Dude. So these are this was my I got 2 of these. So, and of course I've ripped into it already. but these are little 3-card packs.
Cool.
specific Halloween. They have a little like there's a guaranteed Halloween in each one, and they're all Halloween themed like Pokemon. But yeah, there's 40 packs in here, and essentially, what I've learned after like moving into this neighborhood and just like with more like family oriented activities is whenever you're doing trick or treating, like there are some kids that have like severe allergies. So you put a little like teal, the symbol is a teal pumpkin in your window, which is a symbol that says we have stuff that is not candy.
Sure.
It's like you don't have to worry about allergies. Like we have a few people on our block where it's like the kids are like they've got pretty severe allergies. So you put this in there, and then you either have like little toys or like like cards or something like that. So this was like such a perfect thing.
Nice. That's so dope. You get it from Target or what?
I got those from Target. You got to be swift though. I just happened to be there when they put them out, and I got two of them. One to give out, and then one for me to rip. Which I've already pulled all the cards, so those will go into the pile. So
nice, cool. I gotta see if I can snag one of those. I'll try to get on it. Are you dressing up? Do you dress up?
yeah, if Isla chooses to be Eevee, then I'm gonna dress up as like a big Pokemon trainer with like cool stuff.
Yeah.
We're just gonna get our cosplay on.
Yeah.
But if she decides to be a unicorn like snake thing, I might be like a safari guy, like a unicorn magic safari person.
Nice. I like that.
But other than that, I don't know, man. I got some big plans for Halloween this year. I'm really, really pumped.
Nice, bro. Well, we'll leave it at that because we got more weeks to come. So we'll have more to talk about in future podcasts, bro.
Yes,
well, dude, I think.
Sorry, I'm just noticing like this is like coming up so many times. I'm just watching you. It's just like, and I immediately mimic you. The second I see it, I'm like, why am I doing this? Oh my God, I can't help it.
For all y'all who are just listening to us right now, I'm putting my fingers together and moving them menacingly like Mr. Burns from The Simpsons. Like, yes, that's a plan. I like it. Yes, dude. Well, right. Epic, man. Go have a good day. Go play some Dama. Have fun with the kids. It was really nice. First episode due in the books. Yeah. Dama dads, man. It's nice chatting with you as always.
Absolutely. Always good. And I'll see you guys on the next episode, Friday mornings, coffee in hand, stories at bay, and let's go.
Yeah, dude. We'll come with some more stories next week. And I don't know if you have Discord, but I have a Discord, Sweets Rage, !Sweets Rage in chat. If you want to join the Discord, there's a Dama Dads channel now, so people can ask us questions and send us things to maybe prompt us for next week.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And always, guys, feel free to send me a DM and let me know what you guys like about the show. If there's anything you guys want to talk about, especially all my Dama parents out there, just let me know. Just at the Ken Garden, hit me up on IG and let me know if there's anything you want to talk about parenting wise and kendama wise, and we'll talk about it on the show.
Awesome, dude. All right, Jake, we'll see you next week, brother.
All right, have a good day. Say hi to the fam.
I will later. All right, y'all. Let's go. What a good first episode. Y'all have fun. Y'all have a good time. Was it everything you wished it would be? Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out with us. Man, I love talking to that dude.